Now, Tanay Ulgen.
One of my best memories of last season was at the dinner when you came up to me and said, "Can I get a picture?" And I said, "Yeah. You know, I got your letter on Facebook and I had to come see you, my friend." I almost cried, man. Seriously, when you think about what people go through to make their films, produce their films, shoot their films, enter into a festival, taking a chance, and you come all that way to see your film. I just want to thank you. That was tremendous.
No, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Talk to me about the two guys that are in the new film.
Battle IV?
Yeah.
Well, those guys are, well, they're from Turkey. They're from Istanbul. I went back last year and I spent a lot of time trying to find guys like I can find in Canada, because there's a big industry in Canada for action films and stuff. So, but in Turkey, I couldn't find anyone, because there's no rules in Turkey for this kind of stuff. First of all, there's no union.
Right.
Directors have no union, actors have no union, you know, crew has no union. So it's just like hearsay and whatever, like they make deals just by handshakes and talks. Some people don't even sign contracts. So sometimes you get your money, sometimes you don't. And so I found these two guys, they were really fans of Hong Kong cinema. And so we kind of got along really well, because I'm a big fan of, you know, old Hong Kong movies as well.
How long did it take you to choreograph a fight scene?
Well, the ideas come pretty quick, but turning them into reality is the problem, right? I mean, you can just, I can come up with a 4-minute fight scene in my head in half a day, like fully edited, cut, everything, done. But then the real work starts, which is getting two guys to do all that and shooting it properly the way I see it in my head.
What is the toughest part for a filmmaker from Istanbul by way of Canada, or reverse that to America? What's the toughest part of getting a project made?
The real hard part for me personally was the journey, because I wasn't born in Canada. I came to Canada when I was 23 years old. Didn't really, you know, my English wasn't, it's still not perfect, but it wasn't even as good as now. So when we came here, it was like, I don't know anybody. So it's so hard to start, you know, this is all about, you know, having a group of people to help you out. You know, you can't make a movie on your own. So the hardest part for me was trying to find people to help me out and make these films, because you know, when you don't have anyone around you like that, you know, it's hard to do it on your own.
What's lacking in your arsenal? What do you want to do next?
I don't want to be known just as a fight choreographer either. I want to be a director, and I think the reason that I don't want to be just a choreographer is I feel that although I can adapt the choreography to any director's, you know, vision, I feel it's best, the fight choreography will work best when the director and the fight choreographer is the same person.
Right.
Because if I'm hired by some director and he tells a story in a certain way, and then my fight choreography comes in and it just don't work. Like the dramatic parts don't work with the fight scene. You know, you can try to balance it out, but you know, I think it's more easy if I direct the whole film.
Right.
And therefore the fighting will just work with it, you know.
When are we going to see female fighters in your films?
We talked about that. I mean, I always wanted to do like weapons as well, like stick fighting, knife fighting, things like that, and also female fighters, right? I have a few ideas. I think probably the next Battle V, VI, something like that.
Can't wait to see it. And if Fashion on Film can help in any way, you let me know, see what we can do for you.
For sure.